Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. How are we going? I am Lee Bundy, as you know, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International. I'm going to lead you with messages of strength, and I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and I'm going to lead you with the truth. As I've got a little saying is that the truth is like a lion. You do not need to defend it, it will defend itself. Or it goes, the truth is like a lion. Once you let it out, you won't need to defend it, it will defend itself. And I love that. It makes so much sense. Hey, Mr. Davison, how are you, mate? And my nephew Blake's on. There you go, Blake. You said that you were going to watch. How are you, mate? Awesome stuff. So I love having the family on. It was funny. We were sitting down and we were catching up. And it was my mum's birthday, and my little nephews are like, you're always on live streams, but it's when we've got school. So there you go, mate. We can have a live stream together today. So this one is very, very applicable. Yeah. So as I say, I always through different interactions from people, a lot of feedback that you get from others. What's he saying? Yeah, good yourself. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Off to the gym. I've done my morning work, so it's a bit of me time. Then I've got to catch up with a few people. Mr. Sammy Sexlips, or Sammy from Slippery Stone in Bali. Mr. Mark Davison, looking forward to our catch up later today, mate. It will be fantastic. I know that you've got very similar interactions. Gareth, good to have you on as well, my friend. So I love to hold live streams. I love to educate and share its results that we get. So a lot of people can talk about a certain topic and it's an opinion. I love to obviously have proven strategies and proven results through my life, through the lives of others, my clients, that how you can deal with these things, and then obviously to be able to share these results with everyone else. And that's where it comes down to, because I'm getting a lot of people, what they come up with is that they have an understanding of where they live in their environment, or where they're at with their lives. A lot of people, hey Alana Bexter, good to have you on, sister. Thank you for your time and the interaction. So a lot of people, you're going to encounter, unfortunately, people that are negative, people that are angry, and basically people that are not on the same frequency. And the biggest thing is, so I would say get a pen down, because you want to write this out. The first thing, the understanding with these people is that you do not need to deal with them. That is the awakening then. You do not need to deal with them. So how I said, how do you deal with these people? What that means is that you don't need to deal with them, is that you can remove yourself from their environment. You lead it or you leave it straight away. Because people want to sit there and someone wants to get in an argument, and all of a sudden, before you know it, this person's saying this and that, and they're complaining about a football team, or you're complaining about a religion and you're fighting. That is just people that have pain that want to inflict it on others. Get yourself up, stop them there. Or if someone's complaining about something, like yesterday, I was at the gym, then I was at a meeting, and there was these certain people, and they wanted to talk to me about, they just started complaining about someone. And I just said, hey, look, I don't want to sound rude, but I don't want to get involved in this. I don't want to hear this negativity. If we want to focus on something that's a solution or something that's proactive, then let's do that. And they sort of looked at me, and they're like, "Oh, what, you think you're better than us?" I said, "No, I think I'm better than this interaction. I think I'm better than us talking about, a negativity or something, because what you're talking about isn't actually moving us closer to anything. It's going in circles. If anything, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your focus, and what you focus on expands. What you talk about, you believe. So you disrupt that negativity straight away. And don't get me wrong, I used to get caught up with, this person said this client, that, rah. And it's just like, if you're not, I will talk about it and teach it, to teach someone to get a solution. But if it isn't adding value to anyone's life, then stop it straight away, yeah? So negative people are going to be everywhere in the world. So the negative people that you're going to find, they're going to be everywhere in the world, because there's a lot of people going around lost, a lot of people going around in a lot of pain, not doing what they need to do in their lives, or haven't been told, or not applying themselves. So you see people, why do you expect someone to let you in? you know, they're absolutely miserable. Why do you expect someone to say thank you or hello? You know, they don't have any self-respect. So why would you expect that they're gonna respect you? Unfortunately, it is a really sad realization, but that's what you need to understand. And when you will, and I've said this many times in my live streams, it is when you don't expect much from others, you'll have a lot more peace. You won't get let down. You won't go, oh my God, I did this for you and they didn't do that to me, you know. And once you don't have that and just say, well, you know what, you look around, there is a lot of people in pain. There's a lot of people that are lost. And unfortunately, if they're ready to step up, that's why I created what I created. You can come in to be a part of it. Or you've got a lot of people, they want to put one toe in, one toe out. They want to come and go as they please. So what I say to you all, these people, if they're your family, relationship, or working environment, you don't have a gun to your head, and you don't need to stay there. Yeah, and then if you're going to leave, but my working environment, you know, what else do I do? Start to have an exit strategy, because it might be scary now. Oh, I don't know, you know, I can't, there's no other jobs and I'm not going to be able to be happy. Will it work? You need to focus on what can go right and what can go wrong. Yeah. Another thing, what you need to also be mindful of in a relationship, if it's abusive, physically, mentally, spiritually, energetically, that you don't have a gun to your head as well, and you don't need to be in the relationship. And you know, a lot of people, men and women, they're telling me about, you know, these relationships, and I'm like, oh my God, like my worst enemy. Look, I don't have enemies, but they wouldn't even do that. And this person's supposed to be your loved one. What the fuck are you guys doing? Get out of there. You know, lead it or leave it. And where this comes to perspective from, you need to set standards. If you don't have high standards for yourself, how are you going to have standards for anybody else? And what that means is your standards are that you want to live a life full of happiness, joy. You don't want to have that negativity, that they talk about, that narcissism. And that's the standard. If you don't have that standard set for yourself, then you won't be able to set it for anyone else. Like in my life, especially being a coach and the rest of it, I used to get caught up with the naysay and this and the rest of it. Oh, hold on a second. But now, you know, even in a sentence of any negativity or any whatever, it doesn't even exist. I won't even let it go on. Like, to give you an example. So, as we all know, and I want you to agree with me, or you don't have to agree with me, but you will. Facebook is not the real world, yeah? Facebook is a communication tool that brings people together, brings networking together. So what was really strange was, you know, when, so I've got PAs all around the world, and they might tag somebody, or they might, message someone to say, hey, you know, what we're doing, are you interested in it? And yesterday I got 7 messages from people saying, thank you, Lee, for considering me. I absolutely love what you're doing. You know, you've saved this person's life, or you've helped whoever. Yeah, so I've helped one of their friends, family. And they said, thank you for looking, you know, for basically thinking of me. Thank you for sending me that message, your time and all that. And I said, no worries. And if I didn't send that message, or my PA or my team didn't send those messages, you know, I've had people come up to me and said, Lee, if you didn't send me that message, I was too afraid to send that message myself, and I wouldn't have messaged you. And that message, they said, if you didn't message me, who knows where I would have been, and who knows what would happen, because I was in a really bad way. So I would prefer to send a message to somebody, and to obviously give a person that opportunity and that space to step into, to say, hey, this is what we're doing, or to, and this is what I'm going to tell you, or to get replies like this. Hey, can you stop sending me those messages and tagging me in those posts? You know, I don't have an interest for what you're doing, rah, and stop it, yeah? And to understand something as well, which is really funny, I get tagged by about 500 people a day, yeah? And I'm talking about, I get tagged in everything. I find that a little bit, I find that, what's the word? People are thinking about you, yeah? Yes, you get some stupid ones, and obviously people are obviously thinking about you. And yes, people will use your stature as a network and want you to advance and grow. And that's okay, because everyone is wanting to grow. Everyone is wanting to better themselves. So I won't go, hold on a minute, you're not going to use my name or my network and you're going to grow. So I would be lying to myself, and I wouldn't be in the game of helping people. Do you know what I mean? So what I would do is, and please tell me if I'm wrong, There's a button on Facebook, because Facebook's not the real world, and I wish we had this in the real world, is you press delete, and if you don't like the post or the message you get from someone, you don't need to read it. So people, what I want to tell you is that if someone sends you a message and it seems negative, you don't need to get involved. You don't need to read it. Don't allow it to affect you. If someone comes up to you and starts talking to you in a way that doesn't, suit you or serve you, you don't need to stand there and you don't need to listen to it. And I find it so funny that, because guess what? There are going to be so many people that backstab you. There are going to be people that lie. There's going to be people that are nowhere near the vibration, or they want to change their lives, or they don't have a big heart. And you're going to find millions of people like that. That's the world we live in. And you have to come to a realization. The more you can detach yourself from people that are like you, because I'm like, oh my God, I just did this. And why didn't they do that? And my dad used to say this to me, Lee, people aren't the same as you. They don't give a fuck about others. They don't care about themselves, let alone care about you. So the more you can detach from that, the more you can actually, take yourself back and understand. You need to protect your mind and stand guard at the doors of your mind. And what that means is, if someone is putting that energy out, or someone putting the wrong thing out, you want to make sure that you don't need to sit there and you don't need to cop it. You don't need to keep going over it, and this is family. This is, it could be friends. It can be, work colleagues. That even if a boss or someone is talking to you like that, you have every right to say, hold on a minute. If you want to communicate with me in a manner that's not making me feel this way. If they go, sorry, I say, no. When you want to come back and talk to me the way I deserve to be spoken to, we can communicate. And if any human being holds that against you, then you have got a serious. If someone's not going to respect you from respecting yourself, then you need to really get out of that environment and remove that person out of your environment, or you remove. Because if another human being isn't respecting you for respecting yourself and saying, hold on, my standards are, there's no point, we don't need to talk like this, negative or aggressive or abusive. Let's talk like two humans. And when we can speak like two humans, then we can find a solution. But if you're going to be going in circles about certain things, then people, you really need to start making a decision. Hey, Adam, good to have you on, my friend. Miss you, bro. Need to catch up. If you're in down Chapel Street today, we're catching up with Sammy and George from Love Machine. They're back in Melbourne, so you're more than welcome. I'm at the front of it now, Sienna's. So, people, this is the big thing here. That. And I used to be a catalyst of this, and I'll be honest with you, because I like to teach you where I fucked up and how I've learned from it. It comes down to a big understanding of when you're somebody that's striving to be better, and when you're striving to be the change that the world needs, yeah? So not the world out there, because the world doesn't really give a fuck about you. It's your world, yeah? Your world within you, your world with the people around you, and you can be pick and choosy. So your environment, who you let in, you need to be very particular of who you let in your environment, and again, who you should be removing. So I would allow certain people that have let me down, that have done the wrong thing by me, that have, either ripped me off or done something, spoke badly about me, or done whatever, really affect me, yeah? And with these people, that here I am, I'm the coach, I'm the leader, yeah? Or it doesn't really matter. I'm the one that is supposed to be setting the tone, setting the energy, being the example. You allow these people to come into your environment and do something that you would never ever think of, and then you go down to their vibration, because you will start talking about them. You'll start to go, oh my God, this person did this and this person done that. What a fuckhead, what a bitch, and all that stuff. And that's what I basically used to do. Where I set myself free and where I had the biggest alignment and the biggest awakening, it was when I acknowledge what the persons were doing, like multiple people, and I said, okay, I let them know, just to let you know that your behavior and what you're doing, that's not the standards that I uphold. You're going to nullify your contract, either if it is a business agreement or with me, because I'm not going to put up with this. I'll give you one more chance to hold yourself accountable or hold yourself in the right way, because the way you're acting, this is not the right energy. I won't put up with that. I'll give you one more chance. Or, and they will go rah, rah, rah and talk a certain way. Or here you go, and so on and so forth. So you put the systems in, you put that. Like if you're talking to someone that is not a client or it's not a business partner or whatever, then you say to them, well, look, because this energy is not making me feel right, I'm not going to put up with that. When you're willing to respect me and yourself and talk in a manner that's going to move us to a solution, then I'm willing to speak to you. But I'm not going to sit here and let your pain be inflicted on me, your aggression, your uneducated, whatever it is, and that's what it's about. Because let's be honest, most people that act a certain way, that disrespect others, it is because they're conflicting. They want to put pain on others, because the way they're feeling, they want to make themselves feel better. So a way they make themselves feel better is they push pain, they push their opinion, they push their feedback and their aggression and their, all that stuff back on others. So it is a and this is a proven point. They've done tests on this, and guess what? People, I've been dealing with humans and human behavior for the last 7-8 years, and I know it because I was a let's say, what's this person doing? I was a culprit for it myself, that I was walking around with a lot of pain, a lot of anger. Hey, Matty G, good to have you on, man. And thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Didn't even know my boy was on. And I walked around with a lot of pain, through certain things that happened in my life. And I was like spitting this venom on so many people. And it wasn't great. And when I've really come into my peace and understood that, you really need to protect who you are and where you're at. Because you know what I want to say, people, and I want to say this to you all, and I want you to take away this weekend, or take away this message on this weekend with you all. You all deserve nothing but the best. And whatever the best is into you, you all need to keep your standards high so you can fly. Because you all are great at something, and you can be a lot better at all, and you just need to bring your standards up. So, you might be athletes, you might be fathers, you might be businessmen, businesswomen, whatever you're good at, yeah? And what you need to understand is what you're good at, how are your standards, yeah? What are your standards? Hey, how are we, guys? I am seeing all the messages, but I am driving as well. I'm in peak hour traffic in the good old Chapel Street in Melbourne at the moment. So I don't want to have, like we've almost had a few live crashes. So you want to understand, so where you're at in your life and where you've been, where have you succeeded? How are your standards been? And what have you tolerated, or what you haven't tolerated? You can use that strategy to apply it into all areas of life, which is going to give you greatness. High vibration all the way. That's it. If anyone doesn't understand what high vibration is, high vibration, if you actually break it down to a super particle, there's actually machines that you can understand that when you're feeling great and your energy is vibrating, it is that, you can understand when you are vibrating at that higher energy, you are feeling great, yeah? And if your vibration is higher, you will allow someone will feel a certain way through your energy or not. And when they talk about vibration, we are talking about like a speaker. So when a speaker is vibrating at a higher vibration, you hear the music more, it affects you more, yeah? So when you have that vibration and it moves your cells, because we're all made out of energy, we're all made out of light. And when you start to understand that your energy will introduce yourself before you do. So if you want to influence somebody, and if someone is in a shitty mood, if someone is angry, if someone is aggressive, and if someone is negative, if your vibration, your energy is anywhere in that, or you allow it to drop down to those levels, you are going to fuel that person. So the more you can stay in your energy, and someone comes up to you and go, oh, you know what, Lee, like someone did yesterday, stop fucking tagging me in your shit and the rest of it, and rah, rah. And I said, hey man, you know what, thank you for your feedback. Normally me would have gone, fuck, rah, rah, and all that meathead stuff. And I go, hey, I'm really sorry that you feel that way. You know what we'll do? I'll just unfriend you, because I don't want this to happen anymore. If someone actually sends you a message of an opportunity that can change your life, that's okay that if you don't find value in what I'm doing. But I see you on all my live streams. I see you comment on all my posts. So I just thought that I would reach out and to take your growth to the next level. And this person's a coach, so to speak, yeah? And I said, just words of wisdom. Remember that Facebook isn't the real world. If you don't like a post, or if you don't like, you getting tagged in something, all you need to do is press delete, or don't have to look at the post. that's a better solution, man. And I go, look, I'm really sorry that, you know, me wanting to give you an opportunity about something that's going to change your life. If you think it's selling, then hey, you're not on the right path for me, because I don't sell shit. If you don't see the value in what I'm doing, I prefer you not to be in my environment, and I prefer you not to be in this fake world called Facebook, yeah? And simple. And then he wrote back, oh, what did you unfriend me for? Oh, sorry, you took it the wrong way. And I said, hey, obviously it's a lot more than, do you know what I mean? But if I got down to them, hey, who do you think you are saying this and rah, and getting into this keyboard warrior, and for a man, it's very feminine, you know, and feminine is beautiful in women, not in men. You need a balance. But if someone's going fucking bang, 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 and you're writing an encyclopedia, you're like, come on. Let's get on the phone, whatever. And I just said to this person, I go, look, what I'm going to do, man, I'm just going to unfriend you, because the last thing I want to do is hurt your feelings and you getting tagged in one of my posts. But what I want to do, tell you, in 6 months, and you see what we're going to be doing, you're going to wish, and you're going to tell people that I used to message you and I used to tag you because of the amazing things that we're going to do. That's the human psychology. That is the human psyche. What that means is, people only, if they're not going to see the value, but honestly, if you become, you know, a celebrity and you're changing the lives of millions of people, they're going to go, oh my God, and that person messaged me, and it flips around. And the reason why I know this, when I first started my journey, and I was doing bodyguard work at the Crown Casino, and when I was doing electrical work, when I said to them I was going to leave and I wanted to get out and I wanted to do something else with my life, I got bullied. I got picked on. They actually made a private group about Bundy and his fucking false dreams, and they actually did. They made a page where someone showed me, and they would bag the shit out of me. How to make a page about someone they don't even see? People have too much time on their hands, yeah? And these people, because I wanted to get out of the 9 to 5, because I wanted to, you know, I just didn't want to be another meathead that carried a gun and babysitted people, because I knew that I deserved more, but they said, well, who do you think you are? You think you're better than us, wanting to get out of, you know, this environment. So who do you think's laughing now? I go back to Crown now, and I see the negative, aggressive, and I see the, you know, and I see the people on a low vibration, and they excluded me from Christmas parties, they excluded me from all these other parties, and it really hurt. And, you know, sometimes the people that would be through this, they would, you know, it could really put people in a downward spiral, and some, like these workplace bullying causes depression and causes suicide. So, the biggest liberating feeling, people, I want to tell you a life story, is that when I go back to the Crown, and when I've been back there, and when I see those people, I don't go back and push it in their face. I don't go back and say to them, oh, well, you know, you did this. They see me what I'm doing now, yeah? They see me for who I am. They see me for, you know, for me helping people, being in this pure place of contribution and leadership and acknowledgement. And I see these poor guys, and they're overweight, they look miserable, they're working at the doors, they're following people around. And do you think that they would feel miserable about what they did to me without me have to conflicting anything on them? Of course. But I don't go up to them and go, hey dickhead, do you remember what you did? I said, hey, so-and-so, how are you going, man? I go, how's everything going? And then, you know what I say to them at the end? Not to push it in their face. I said, hey, if you need anything, you know where to contact me, and I'll always be there for you. That is the biggest liberating thing that you can do with people that have put you down, that have bullied you, that have hurt you in any way. Because the thing what happens, people, when I was in a lot of pain, and what I was good at being the bully. I was good at going around and conflicting my pain on others, yeah? I was good at being in other sort of gangs and starting to go around and say, what, who do you think you are talking to me like that? I'll just pull over here quickly. And I was great at getting involved with other people's bullshit. Where do you think that got me? It got me to a place where, just let me park here. It got me to a place of a lot of pain, yeah? Allowing other people to influence my happiness was one of the biggest weaknesses that I had to face with. What I understand is people do not care about you. They don't care about the world, and they hardly care about themselves. So why would you expect anything from that? This is not everybody, yeah? But the more you can, you can detach yourself from that, the more you can start to break yourself away from, okay, you know what, like even you go into the gym and people have got their weights, hey mate, can I use that? And someone will go, and this is honestly, oh, you know what, mate? Oh, fucking, I'll tell you when I can use it. And I said, no, hold on a second, man. You're not using that. Can you just let me know, can I use that? And what has to happen, you either have to conflict with someone and say, hey, fuck bro, you know what I'm saying? Look, I need to be able to use that. Like, what are you talking about? Or what will happen is, and what I've seen is, that someone will grab someone by the scruff of the neck and say, listen, dickhead, if you're not going to fucking respect me, I need to use this equipment. And I've seen it. I used to do that myself to people. And now I'll just say to someone, you know what, if they're doing it, and I'll just say, hey, dude, are you okay with treating people like that? And they will go, what? And I'll say, okay, cool. I know that you seem like you can, are you okay with treating people like that? And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, I asked you just if I could use the equipment. I didn't ask for a stupid reply back, and people don't know what to do. And and then he comes up to me, and it's obviously he's let it marinate. And he comes up to me, and goes, fuck, sorry, man, like I didn't. And when people see I'm a big guy, with tattoos, and they see you, they want it, it's that $2 and they want to do that. Our way you can lead people without letting someone affect you, because when people used to look at me wrong, road rage, it used to steal my happiness. So what has everyone said? Let me have a quick look here. Don't look outside for acknowledgement, look within as long as you're living in intentions. Exactly. You live on ego, then now you live from the heart to help others. Yeah, I did. That's so true, Mark. I lived in ego and a lot of pain. I had a lot of pain in me, and that was when I can come from the heart. It is that you need to protect your environment. That's what I said in the post. Stand guard at the doors of your mind, and it's very, very, very powerful. So you need to start making choices that with all your environments, with all that, and I'll be honest with you, even when I do these live streams, people walk past and they laugh. That used to affect me, but you know what I'm saying? Like I have enough confidence, and I'm leading people, I'm teaching people, and the rest of it. Why would you laugh? Because you don't understand it. More importantly, you don't have the balls to do it. And it doesn't affect me. I could go into a packed street, get on the live stream, and rock that out, because my message is more important than what other people think. Yeah, and that's what you really need to understand. That you will get people that, well, what are you doing, and why are you doing this, and you're an idiot, and who do you think you are? But guess what? Do you think their opinion and all that is going to get you to where you're going to go? Is that going to put food on the table? Is that going to fill your bank account? Is that going to fill your fulfillment? Is that going to fill your heart? Is that going to give you what you need? No, it isn't. So why would you be listening to that? And guess what? I want to tell you something. I want everyone to write this down. Life, relationships, and family relationships, and any relationship with another human does not need to be hard. People say, oh, well, marriage is hard work, relationships hard work. So you need to understand that it doesn't need to be hard. It's a lie. It doesn't need to be that. As long as you are educating, as long as you're understanding this stuff, as long as you've got the right polarity of what we teach. Polarity saves marriages, saves relationships, saves people, and saves lives. It does. For a man and woman to understand, to go in, to be able to switch in and out of their energy. So from positive, not positive, so from it can be positive and negative, but it's more the positive and negative relationships. But it's from understanding, moving into that energy from masculine to feminine, and understanding being in healthy feminine and being in healthy masculine, not into the negatives, which is really, really, it's very, very powerful. And understanding when to have that awareness, to be able, a man to drop into his feminine, to understand, to love, but then to be able to go back into his masculine, to lead, to protect, to move on, to find solutions. And the same as a woman, to drop back into her feminine, to understand, to put the man in his masculine, because if a woman's in her hey, yeah, right, in her masculine, and a man's in his masculine, they're going to clash. Sometimes the woman will stay in their masculine too long, and they will come at the man, and the man will drop down because he doesn't want to argue, and he actually goes into his feminine. The woman doesn't like it, or the woman doesn't like that. She'll get in her masculine even more. She'll put the man down, and before you know it, she becomes the pure masculine, and he dwindles down into this feminine. It's not attractive. They lose all that. The lady doesn't want it. She'll end up having an affair because the man, she's not attracted sexually to the man because he's like a woman. He doesn't feel good about himself. He'll put on weight. Fucking sometimes they commit suicide. It's not fucking fantastic. The woman's in her masculine like that because she's not doing that. She'll go off and look for another masculine man. Rah, rah, rah. He might put her into her feminine because he's so masculine, or if not, bang, she'll have the same thing, and then it's a repetitive fucking cycle. Yeah. And people are going, oh my God, that's my life, because that's what my life was when my first breakup, I allowed my partner to just at me, and I believed I wasn't any good. I believed that I didn't have anything to give. I went into my masculine, felt sorry for myself, into my feminine, very aggressive, very emotional, and I attempted to take my life 3 times, and God forbid, and someone was watching over me, and I was able to, and I was saved all those times. So I'm still here to to share these messages. So that's why I'm saying, people, I don't give you these messages because I've read it in a book or someone's told me. I like to always lead from my own life experiences, my own challenges. I won't say fails because it's never a fail. You could always move on, you could always grow from it. So be very mindful as well, because a lot of people are saying, what about if it's your family? Then with your family, you do not need to be, they need to understand if they're your family, but they should be putting in a bigger effort to understand your family. You should be respecting yourself more because you are blood. You are, that's your family. They should be putting in a bigger effort to understand that. But what happens with a lot of people is that when they're understanding if they're not family, they're going, well, we're just family, big deal. So if that happens, with you guys, then you need to either lead it or get out from them. And one thing I want to say with a lot of ladies, that they stay in relationships because, oh my God, they get lonely. Will they ever find another man? And this is for both, but a lot of ladies that I coach, or a lot of my VIP clients are ladies, and we get amazing results because they listen to this and it actually works. That, there are so many other men out there. The more you can, don't you keep looking into change yourself. You need to change yourself within. Once you can stand in that power of not taking any shit, of loving yourself, of standing in that power of not putting up with any abuse, not putting up with any bullshit. Doesn't matter how rich or fucking how good looking or how good the sex is that the man's given you. That doesn't mean anything. But the more you can stand in your power as a woman, and this goes to men as well, but lately it's been coming up a lot with my women, is that you will attract that pure energy related and that mirror image of a man. But the more you need to go and go, oh, I need my cup filled out and I need this and I feel lonely and, geez, I haven't had sex for a while and, I need a man to make me feel this way. That is fucking, you're in a really dark equation, a really dark path if you focus that way. And it's the same with men. If a man is in his feminine and he's looking without to find another woman to, I want a woman to make me feel sexy, to make me do... No, you need to feel you first and then you can feel someone else. If you're anywhere below your potential of what you want, you're going to attract that. Yeah, and that happens as well if you're a coach or a CEO, or whatever you are. If you're creating anything, or if you're in the game of attracting other people in your life, which is everything, that's what we do. If you're attracting a partner, if you're attracting a business partner, if you're attracting clients, if you're attracting friends, if you're attracting a sexual partner, it all starts from you. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying it's so important that you be so mindful about who you are bringing in, how because if it's, put it this way, if you can learn anything out of this is the biggest takeaway. That you are going to attract anything, everything, and nothing at the same time from you, from who you are, from the energy that you're putting out. As I put up today, wealth in all areas of life, it doesn't need to be riches. I'm talking about wealth of health, wealth of knowledge, wealth of happiness, or wealth of freedom. It's communication. Yeah, everything in what we do is communication, and your life will improve when you can actually communicate. When you say, hey, I'm not willing to put up with this abuse, I'm not willing to put up with this negative energy. No, sorry. When you come and when you come to me and you've got something to say, that, or the energy that you're putting out is going to better me, make me feel good, I'm going to learn something fantastic, then let's have an interaction. If not, I'm communicating with you that my standards are high. That meaning I'm not going to put up with that negativity, I'm not going to put up that waste of time, and rah. And if someone can't respect you for respecting you, then you need to make a big decision. Yeah, so that's what you need to understand, people. But if your communication is like, fuck this, and I want to tell you and you're a fucking rah, that's not communication. Your energy will just start to ignite someone else. If they've got that in them, boom, it's on for young and old. That's not communication. That's low vibration. Correct communication is you being in control, you being calm, you being collective and still feeling great, but getting your message across very clear, very precise, and very strongly, and allowing people to say, well, this is my threshold. This is what I'm willing to let go of. This is what I'm willing to put up with, so on and so forth. So you need to be very mindful about that. And if someone is not respecting you for you respecting the environment, because at the end of the day, you are respecting them as well. Them getting angry, them getting fucking rah, 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 that's not who they are. That's not a human being at their core. That is pain. That is them being unconscious, incompetent, meaning unconscious fucking up. Unconscious competence, meaning unconscious, getting it right without thinking about it. But some people don't think about it and they fuck it up. So incompetent, unconscious, incompetent. Incompetence is meaning they're failing, yeah? Or not failing, but they're not getting the result. So all these subdomalities are very, very important for you to understand. We're going to get blown away here. We did this with my partner's mum, who's always coming with us with problems and affecting our relationship with my mum. We gave the ultimatum, said either you come up. Love it. Perfect, man. You're absolutely a legend, Jordan. I know that we were going to catch up the other week, man. It was busy. I've been watching your journey. It's absolutely fantastic. It was actually the best thing could ever done to someone involved. Perfect. Because what you're doing in that perspective, and thank you for sharing, Jordan. It's is a switch on guy. Go and check him out. Really good personal trainer, but an amazing mindset as well. Is that you're not telling someone to change, because if you say, hey, do this and do that, they're going, what? Hold on a minute, who are you to tell me to change? You're actually saying to them, no, look, this is what I'm up, this is my threshold, these are my standards. When you're willing to come and meet me at my standards, at my vibration, then we can talk. That is going to not test someone, but create a space for someone to be able to step into that power. It's creating a space for someone to say, well, you know what, if you really value this relationship, then you're going to, you're going to have to come up to our our environment, or you're going to be gone from it at the same time. It's really important, and you need to make sure of that as well. Yeah, you need to say to people, well, if you're not going to come up to our environment, or you come up to our vibration, or come up to the energy, or or the standards that we uphold, then then pretty much that's an understanding of what you need to stay with yourself, and that's it. It's not an argument. You just say that, oh, but you said this and I said that and I said that. People function like that. You're wasting time. Opinions and nothing. When opinion goes, hold on, it's my opinion. Hold on a second. Your opinion is just you doing the Donald Duck, but where's, everyone's an expert about nothing. People's opinions get anyone and everyone nowhere. So, you like to give knowledge, you like to give an understanding of, when I say, oh, this is my opinion on life, now I go, look, I'm going to share you stories of what has worked with me, and, if it's worked with over 10 people, then there is a really good probability that this works, and it's going to work for some, it's not going to work for others. But I like to teach a universal law. I'm not holding a gun to anyone's head, but what I know is the people that I've worked with are, men and women, different ages, different careers, different genres, different fucking nationalities, different religions, whatever. And these laws have added massive value to their life, because I'm a very multidimensional person. I've been through hell, I've been broke, I've been down and out, suicidal, and I've also been very successful, very happy, very loving, and I've tasted, the darkness, and, I'm really tasting the light now. And, through that, you can really teach people and you can really guide people, because some people are down there, some people are here, some people up there, so in between, I've been in between them all. So, I've got a really good gauge for that. So people, what I would challenge everyone to do is, obviously through this interaction, write your biggest takeaways in the comments, because you don't know who will see this, and from your biggest takeaways, you're actually teaching yourself what you just learned. So when you're reinforcing it, you're teaching yourself, because you're putting it out there, and when you're writing it, you're remembering what you wrote, and then when you're seeing what you wrote, it's a three-way reinforcement. We call this growth work. And at the same time, someone might be watching this that gets on later, and then what you've wrote is a massive, will be a massive takeaway from what you've actually learned as well. And what the way you see the model of the world, or the way your model of the world operates, that someone go, oh my God, I didn't see that. That's amazing. Boom. You can set someone free, set someone on the right path. So your gift of sharing and the gift of teaching can really, really, add massive value to people's lives. And that's why it's great about it, because you might see something that I missed, I might see something that you missed, but if we can put it up there, bang, it's a collective growth. Okay, awesome stuff. And another great thing as well, people, I am so grateful. There's already 10 people that have enrolled, and there's a few of them on today that has already enrolled for the workshop, which is going to be on the 2-day workshop. And there's Amber, she was the first to enroll. She sends the big love heart. 10 of you. I'm so grateful for everyone to be, you know, obviously the last one was a massive success. That's a 2-day workshop, which is going to be in Melbourne. It's from the 19th to the 20th. So the Saturday to the Sunday at the Blackman as well. I'm just sending you my love. I'm very grateful for everyone jumping in. Obviously they, you know, people are wanting to see it. They got a taste for it. They got more of a trust and respect. So that's fantastic. And also I've got a lot of people inquiring about the retreat, which we've moved out. The retreat is in Bali again, of course. We're looking at where we're going to have it exactly. We're thinking about Ubud again, because it was just so magical. I have it up in the jungle, and that's from the 4th of September to the 9th of September, and I know a lot of people already started to enroll for that. So again, that's going to be fantastic. And you know, a lot of people that, you know, we've got so many great people coming to this last one. The reason why we moved it out, I wanted to make sure that we had the right collective, so that was really awesome. Yes. And that's it. Dave is, sorry, I was going to say Mark Davison. So that's going to be fantastic. And what I was saying, you know, Mark Davison, check him out. He's a Reiki master. He's a businessman. He's a father. Yeah, you know, it's going to be great to have the catalyst of people coming. Matty G's obviously going to be there again. You know, we're so proud of you, bro. You know, how you've grown, and just you've grown from life experience, and that, you know, to have you there by my side rocking it out and adding that massive value. So thank you guys. And that's what we're doing here. You know, we're creating something amazing, and our goal is to have the #1 transformational space, or to be the #1 transformational space in Australia and then around the world, for proven results of saving lives, transforming lives, and leaders, creating leaders to lead others. And that is my why. That is my ikigai, and ikigai in Japanese means reason for being. Check it out. Everyone that's on here, I know I've got appointments with you all. Whoa. There you go, and we're getting blown away. The gods are saying, Lee, get into the gym. So have an amazing day, people. If you want to know more about the workshop, send me an inbox. It's going to be in Melbourne from the 19th of August to the 20th, so Saturday to the Sunday. The details are up there. If you want to know more about it, send me a message. You can actually see on one of my posts, a lot of the team from last time, they wrote amazing feedback. So thank you for everyone that wrote those beautiful feedbacks. I did watch them yesterday. I'm sorry, I did read it yesterday, and I'm going to give some feedback today. Yesterday we were flat out. We had my brother-in-law's birthday, so I really appreciate everyone's time, and I really appreciate everyone's time and interaction today. It's been amazing. You know, this is a big one, because every day we're dealing with negative, every day we're dealing with aggressive, every day we're dealing with people that aren't on the same vibration, and the way we can become bulletproof to them not allow us to steal our magic or our happiness is a gift. Yeah. So have an amazing day, people. Any more details, send me an inbox. Looking forward to speaking to Mark later today. Looking forward to speaking to Amber. Looking forward to speaking to everyone else today, and Natalie as well. And obviously my boy Maddie. And we'll start rocking that out. So anyway, I'm going to go get my party pumping on and get my sexy back, and have an amazing day. Take care.